What's good, everybody? Marcus here again, and today I'm reviewing Jeff Nippard's Power Building 1 program. This is a hybrid program of powerlifting and bodybuilding, hence the name Power Building. Of course, it has your staple 3 main lifts in a powerlifting competition: your bench press, your squats, and your deadlifts. But it also adds another compound lift with the overhead press, which is very useful for upper body strength and, in my opinion, should be included in every program regardless of training types. In addition to those compound lifts, it adds a slew of hypertrophy exercises that support those big lifts, as well as help with any bodybuilding goals you might have. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Besides being a hybrid program of 2 different training disciplines, it is also unique in the way it is split. It follows a less popular full body split as opposed to a push-pull leg split. However, it does alternate between full body and upper-lower splits every other week. It is designed to train the full body all of 1 week, but not necessarily the full body each training day. Then it moves to an upper-lower split for the next week and then back to repeat that cycle. The other unique programming aspect with the version I chose, the 5 to 6 day training schedule, is that it alternates from week to week. Week 1, you have 5 training days with rest in the middle, and week 2, you have 6 days straight with no rest, then it repeats that cycle. Now that could be difficult for some. Originally, I thought it was a flexible program where I could choose to do it in either 5 or 6 days, not realizing it was actually both. That took some getting used to because I had just come off of a 4-day per week training split with the free TSA powerlifting program I started at the beginning of the year. Also, as you'll see in the video, the extra volume I wanted with my training was now part of this program, but between the move to an additional day or 2 of training per week and the additional volume, it was definitely challenging for me at first. It took several weeks to find my groove with the timing and adapting to that much training. I also had to learn some exercises I hadn't done before, like Helms rows, Nordic ham curls, and reverse 21s. Those were an easy enough learning curve, and eventually I hit my stride. For those of you that may have followed my videos this year, you'll remember that I had to take a training break due to surgery and a strict no-lift mandate for 3 weeks. That occurred at about week 8 of the program, and knowing my strength loss would make it impossible to resume where I left off, I decided to just restart the program from week 1 when I was able to train again. Therefore, I have essentially run this program twice, back to back, making it very familiar to me and giving me the opportunity to review it from good experience. For me, it definitely went smoother the second time around. Now in this video, I'm essentially discussing my thoughts on the overall program while demonstrating the fantastic variety of exercises it contains. These are exercises most already know, so no trade secrets being divulged here. Of course, I cannot show the spreadsheets that the program provides, as that is Jeff's proprietary information. Suffice to say, it is a well laid out program where you start by entering your 1 rep max for the 4 compound lifts, squat, bench, deadlift, and the overhead press. The spreadsheet's formulas figure out the weight and progression for you with regards to the main lifts. You will have to enter your own weights for most of the other exercises, and I did that to keep track of my progression from week to week. The amount of weight for the program's various hypertrophy exercises may require a little trial and error on your part during the first 2 weeks. The other nice thing about the program is that it has a lot of variety, not just in the exercises per muscle group, but with rep ranges as well. Sometimes you'll have low reps like with most of the compound lifts, then there are mid-rep ranges up to 10 to 15, and some exercises on given days specify high rep ranges anywhere from 20 to 30 reps. This requires you to adjust your weights accordingly, but it also provides some programming variety and flexibility, which likely keeps the muscles from adapting too well and varying the stimulus to them. Now, I've already shown you a variety of shoulder exercises included with this program, and you can see how thorough the mix is. That kind of variety is what I really enjoy, as it not only hits muscle groups in a variety of ways, but it keeps the training interesting. Here are some of the back group exercises it throws at you. It is given that it includes pull-ups, but it doesn't just go with the basic pull-up. It also adds chin-ups, neutral grip pull-ups, and even eccentric, accentuated pull-ups where you focus on a 3-second negative each rep. You also have your basic lat pull down, 1-arm lat pull downs, and pendlay rows. I will note that I have definitely seen an improvement in overall strength as well as in strength in every exercise. No question about it, I'm stronger for every movement, and the numbers easily demonstrate actual progression. Yes, this is my second time running this program, but there was a 3-week delay in between, and there was a definite loss of strength as demonstrated by my video on strength loss over short periods of inactivity. The nice thing is you can repeat this program as much as you like, updating your 1 rep max each time so that you can achieve adequate progression each time. Now, to be clear, this is the first version of the program as indicated by the title of the video. Jeff just released his second version on October 31st, and I also purchased that version to run upon completion of this first version. Yes, I like the program that much. Not only does the program suit me and my goals pretty perfectly at this time, but it is thorough and effective. How effective? Well, that depends on each individual and factors like nutrition. However, I will demonstrate how effective it was for me as a 53-year-old with 1 or 2 more follow-up videos showing the actual progression from start to finish for each of the 3 big lifts. I'm already working on the videos because this was going to be one video, but it ended up being too long, so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to split them, but it will show the 3 compound lifts from week 1 till testing in week 10, which happens to be this week when this video is released. Once I complete testing of each lift, I can wrap those videos up for follow-up release. Suffice it to say that I am really quite happy with the results, especially after having experienced strength loss on 2 separate occasions, once prior to starting the first round of the program and the interruption that forced me to restart it a second time. Yes, I intended to repeat the program anyway, but I was hoping to do that from a high of some new PRs to jump the next round off of, rather than a low point just to get me back on track. Hopefully that will be exactly what I do with the second version of the program in a couple of weeks. Now, I will share my experiences with the second version of the program at a later date, but I wanted to touch upon a few things as a preview. Both of these programs are very similar. First, I got in on the pre-order, which netted me both versions of the program, the 4 times a week training, as well as the 5 to 6 day training cycles. I've done a comparison of the 2 because I was curious of the difference, as well as to determine if I could go with a shorter training week and still achieve the same level of effectiveness. I'm happy to say that they are very comparable. Some additional exercises are moved into other days, but it also has a flexible additional day for day 5 of the week, should you want to add it in. The nice thing is that it is formed so that the additional day is accessory movements, so although they will add to your gains, if you decide to skip out on them, it shouldn't hurt your gains either. Now, if you choose to run the 5 to 6 day training version, it will have some additional accessory movements, so if bodybuilding and hypertrophy are truly your focus, then you should choose that version. If powerlifting is your preferred focus, then 4 times a week version should suit you just fine. I've actually done some manipulation of the 4-day version so that I can essentially mimic the 5 to 6 day a week version in a 5-day period. I've found that 5 days a week is my sweet spot for training. 4 days is not enough and 6 days is just a little too much. So hopefully my experience with the modified 4 time a week version will be the Goldilocks version of the program for me. As I've said, the variety is fantastic and it really keeps the training fresh. It has many notes to refer to so that you know where to focus and how to achieve optimal results. And Jeff has a ton of videos on YouTube demonstrating these exercises, so you'll know the correct form for those you may not be all that familiar with. I highly recommend this program for anyone wanting true results and who may sit on the fence between powerlifting and bodybuilding. From what I've seen of my fellow home gym community members, it seems like this program would suit a lot of you. And on that note, it is absolutely doable from a home gym. As you can see from this video, all of what the program contains was achievable from my home gym. There are options to swap out exercises as well. Since I do not have a leg curl machine, for example, the substitute is Nordic cam curls. And there are other similar recommended substitutions. Granted, I did utilize some machines at the commercial gym when I did go, which has happened to be about once a week lately. The point though is that this program does not require a commercial gym, so don't let that dissuade you from trying it. The best part is the price. It is a one-time purchase for a measly $50, but it is still on sale for $40 when I checked the day of releasing this video. No monthly fees to worry about, since I understand most of us hate being a slave to monthly fees. It is a simple and basic spreadsheet you can use off your laptop, iPad, or even your phone. For the price where you can barely get a decent set of light dumbbells for the same amount, you simply cannot go wrong. And don't think for a second that bro science training is as effective. Structured training with true progression is the way to go and absolutely the most effective way to train. So stay tuned for the next few videos to see just how well this program worked out for me and to see how much of an improvement in strength I gained with my squat, my bench, and my deadlift. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.